12 minutes, 33 seconds.
It's a new record. Reset it.
Easy. But she can't do this alone. She's gonna need all the help she can get. She's going to need the party, the full party. Which is why I'm here. The final battle. I feel like it started tonight. And Max, we can't win this without you. If my theory's right, we're running out of time, so if you're planning on resurrecting anytime soon, now is the time.
They are monsters in Hawkins.
Go!
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Netflix has released a couple of longer clips for Stranger Things Season 5, Episode 1, featuring Eleven's Jedi training montage to fight Vecna, and another clip of Lucas with Max that explains a little about what's going on with her at the beginning of the Season 2. There were also a number of interview clips with the cast that seemed like they went full Tom Holland, Mark Ruffalo, revealing some big twists with Vecna's storyline this season, so we'll break it all down. We're going to be getting that first batch of episodes next week. I will be doing episode videos for everything this season, so if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all those. Netflix already released the first 5 minutes of Season 5, Episode 1. I did a completely separate video for that, so I'll link it at the end of this. Given how they opened the season answering the question of what happened to Will in Season 1, Episode 1, why did Vecna take him and not someone else? What did he need Will specifically for that he couldn't get from other people? It seems like this scene of Eleven's training montage is one of her first scenes in the Season 2. Like they're just going around the horn, showing what all the characters are doing at the beginning of the season. I think the vibe here is meant to be that she's been training like this since the end of Season 4, trying to optimize her powers. They've never fully been clear about how her powers work in this way. Has she always had the same level of power, like her and Vecna, the other kids from their program, like Kali? Have they all just learned how to access it more as they've gotten older, or have they actually been able to grow their powers over time?
It's a new record. Reset it.
My early theory, and this would be true for Vecna too, and Kali, anybody else that was part of their program, is that their powers are kind of like a muscle that they can just make stronger through use, through training. And that's the reason why Vecna seems so much more powerful than 11, because when she pushed him into the Upside Down, she pushed his body to these breaking limits. Like the whole idea is that pushing him that hard forced him to evolve even faster. So he's just been training his power constantly since before the events of Season 1, Episode 1. Whereas 11 hasn't been training as hard until later seasons. I know there are a lot of theories out there about Vecna being filleted by the Mind Flayer because his eyes in that scene from the longer clip look like Will's eyes when he was flayed in earlier seasons, but that might just be a coincidence because he looks so gnarly. The whole reason why his hand looks so much more human in the flashbacks to Season 1 here is just because his body had not been burnt to a charcoal briquette, Anakin Skywalker style yet. So when he regrows it with his power, it just looks way more gnarly, like all the other organic forms that he's growing in the Upside Down and controlling. He basically remakes part of his body as a prosthetic with his powers, the same way he makes organic stuff in the Upside Down. But I do kind of think that's the pull they're going for, like Anakin Skywalker burnt and then comes back as a Darth Vader, much more powerful looking character, much more evil looking. So I think the reference here that the Duffers are going for 11, because this is meant to take place in the 80s and they were using the Anakin Skywalker references for Vecna. All the kids just in general would be huge Star Wars fans of the original trilogy. They would have seen all the movies by this point, is that 11 is having her own Luke Skywalker Jedi training montage on Dagobah to fight Darth Vader Vecna. That would make Hopper like the wise Yoda character, but because it's Hopper, it's more of a comedic spin on it. And Hopper and Joyce now are kind of like her surrogate father and mother. Based on Hopper and Joyce's reaction, it does seem like she's been running this training course very, very frequently. I think the idea is that when Vecna is finally able to enter the right side up, if that's what we're calling the normal dimension, also I think the title of the finale is meant to be the right side up. It seems like based on the trailers, he's pushing through that big portal in the military quarantine zone. I'm assuming that's somewhere in the second block of episodes, like he's already made it into the right side up before the finale starts. I think the idea they're going for here, they're trying to imply that she's still not going to be powerful enough to stop him. Like, they build her up through the season to make her seem like she's crazy OP, but it's still not enough to stop him when he comes. And that's why he's still able to take Will here in the trailer scenes.
You are going to help me one last time.
I know there's a ton of theories about what's actually going on here. What is Vecna doing with Will? There was some dialogue from earlier that was floating around the internet that made it seem like he needs Will to be his vessel. Maybe we'll get some foreshadowing for that in the first few episodes. There was also an interview that Millie Bobby Brown did with Noah Schnapp where she's tried to stop him from revealing stuff about Vecna's storyline this season and talking about being misunderstood, making it seem like they will try to give Vecna some sort of redemption arc during the season. I don't think they'll completely redeem the character, but it does seem like they want you to sympathize with him a little bit more. So maybe there are some other secrets about what's really going on in the actual final episode in this.
Low-key Vecna.
Really?
Because, like...
No, shut up.
Oh.
That's it. Now be quiet. Okay, carry on. I don't know what you know, and I don't know about what everyone else knows because I know what I know. And I don't
know what you know.
But I don't know what you know. You know?
Their whole energy in this interview just give me vibes of Tom Holland with Benedict Cumberbatch because he was paired with him for his Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame interviews, and Benedict Cumberbatch just spent the entire time doing exactly what you see Millie Bobby Brown doing here with Noah Schnapp, just stopping him from talking like, nope, can't say that, can't say this, like mid-sentence trying to stop him from talking. Then this second clip is of Lucas visiting Max in the hospital again. I'm assuming that this is one of his first scenes in the season too, like this is pretty early in the episode. He's also probably been visiting her constantly since the end of season 4, talking to her while she's trapped inside her coma. The Duffers said they're not going to have Sadie Sink lying there doing nothing all season, so I definitely think that we're going to get some scenes of Max inside her mind, like Mind Space Max inside the coma, running around trying to find a way to get out and come back to consciousness, as a way to have Max scenes with her doing stuff without actually having to bring her out of the coma right away. Most of the scenes of Max that we've seen from the trailers that they've already released show Lucas dragging her out of her hospital room and trying to protect her comatose body while the Demogorgons, the Demo Dogs, try to get it, and they go full Jurassic Park like the Raptors. It seems like while all this is going on, Lucas is trying to protect a still comatose Max. During the actual scene here, he's pleading with her that Eleven has been training but can't fight Vecna alone, and they need the full quote-unquote party. He's talking about the Dungeons & Dragons party, more Dungeons & Dragons references, so I'm sure there'll be many during the season. Maybe their game scenes from previous seasons hold some clues about how this is all going to end. Really just seems like the season turns on a lot of Dungeons & Dragons tropes. My early theory about Max here is that she comes out of the coma by the second block of episodes. Maybe they'll tease that in like the final episode of the first block. Some of you have also asked me to address some of the crazier theories out there about the season. I think they're mostly to do with what's happening with the characters, who's going to die, who's going to survive, what's really going on with Vecna, what's really going on with Will. So if there's any that I haven't addressed in this video or previous videos, let me know in the comments specifically because I'm not sure about every single crazy theory out there. Generally, my expectation is that all the kids, even the lesser kids, like the side character kids, will be fine. And if anybody dies, it'll probably be one of the older characters. They've actually said a couple times, the Duffers, that they planned on killing key characters like Steve, for instance, really early on, but people fell in love with him so much, like the fans loved him so much, that they just kept him around. So I am sure that the Duffers thought about killing off different characters in the final season here, but probably backed off on it. So I wouldn't be surprised if most of them walk away from this totally fine.
Wait till you see this next one. Everybody dies. Dude. Not everybody.
Because it is the final season, I am expecting them to tease some of the spin-offs that they're working on during these episodes at some point. Like, I don't think they're going to completely hijack the finale to set up the spin-offs, but at least some point during the season. So there's the animated spin-off called Stranger Things Tales from 85. That takes place between seasons 2 and 3 with the main cast. Like, you can actually see it, for they released a trailer already. That's going to release next year. It's probably going to be the only Stranger Things that releases next year. There's also a live-action spin-off that they're developing, even though they're in the middle of leaving Netflix to go to Paramount to do more big movies with them because they want to do theatrical movies, and Netflix wasn't so cool with theatrical movies. All they've really said about the live-action spinoff is it'll take place outside of Hawkins with a different group of characters, so we will see. I would not be surprised if some of the mains wind up cameoing on that. Like, they'll probably try to pay Millie Bobby Brown a whole dump truck of money to show up on that to get more fans to jump in on the actual spinoff. If you remember the classic Arrowverse days on the CW, like The Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, they had people crossing over all the time to try and goose up all the other shows when they were launching them. But everyone post all your reactions in the comments below, and let me know if they do more spin-offs from the main series. Let me know what you want them to do. Remember though, the Duffers are leaving, so that means that there'll be other showrunners actually running the shows. It won't be the Duffers writing and doing all the stuff that they normally do for the main show. My assumption is that Netflix will just continue making Stranger Things stuff inside this universe as long as it is popular. Like, until it completely falls off a cliff, you will see more Stranger Things TV shows with different characters. My early theory is that they'll just push more into different supernatural phenomena, and it'll be more of an X-Files vibe with this different group of characters. The really big reminder is that my full episode 1 through episode 4 video for that first block of episodes will post on Thanksgiving. Make sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss that. It's going to take me a little while to work through all those episodes. They're all going to be like movie length, so it's going to take a while to actually make the video itself. Everybody click here for that first 5 minutes from Season 5, Episode 1 in those other clips, and click here for that new live-action Legend of Zelda movie footage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.